Hi, welcome back to another true crime with Morbid Sunshine. I today want to go through some connections to do with the Route 29 killer and stalker in 1996 in a national park. I've watched a lot on the area. It's a very popular area with hikers, and I'm just going to put this up for now, just so you can see something from me. Okay, I really want to emphasise this as well. When I'm reading out Murder Inc.'s article, it don't mean that in some respect that I'm 100% convinced by the evidence, by what they're saying, especially with the Trump and Giuliani connection. I didn't even know Giuliani was one of Trump's, I don't know. But I feel that Murder Inc. did their best to make some connections, and we have to make our own minds up on what that is. I find that I'm getting this type of attitude on Reddit that only from a certain person that I'm creating a lot of conspiracy, but this is research, publications, photos of Hueremann. Sketch recognitions of Hueremann in Route 69 and Route 29. So to me, there is a possibility that he is the Night Stalker. He is the stalker of Virginia, and I think today we should look at more further, like we did from last week. Now, I will continue to read Murder Inc.'s articles and things of that nature, but I just don't want people putting things down in gospel. You know, at the end of the day, you're entitled to change your opinion once you do it. It's like I've changed my opinion about Dylan Mortensen not being involved with the Koberger case. Now, I'm not a mind reader. I'm not psychic. I'm just putting evidence out. And when it looks suspicious, would you like me to hide that? I don't think so. So I'm very, very positive on, and 100% of what I say isn't to cause conspiracy, because the thing is, I don't like conspiracy either. I've experienced things in life that people probably wouldn't believe, and everyone has probably got a story like that. My story is this one, that people just don't want to believe that Hueremann, because he's not charged with certain aspects of crimes, that he's also innocent on that behalf. And it's not true. There's evidence that his family knew. There's evidence in them artworks. I'm into there's a Polish artist who painted a lot of buildings with Beletsky or Balansky. And that's art, depicting death and morbidness and nightmares and all that stuff. It's not on that level. It's not that type of art. It's all about dismemberment. It's not about corpses as just pictures of corpses. I've went through a whole Tumblr account, and she's still there putting crap up, saying that she was Lisk's daughter and all the rest of it. I've got no problem with people having a certain character, like animal characters and stuff like that. I've got nothing against things like that. I'm not going to talk about my personal life, but I'm the most laid back person you'd ever meet. So when people are saying this type of thing, I do feel that they're just trying to discredit what I'm saying, and That's up to you. If you're allowing that to discredit your mind and you lack the intellect to see that basically people are just being um, facetious. And I have no, I've got no hang up. You know, I'm disappointed that Nathan took all his work down because that means, right, that he didn't respect the case as much as he was making out because he would have left the work up. And you know what? I'm not here to discredit Nathan's work. Nathan did an excellent job on it, right? You know, it's part of his genius. He saw connections, you know. Um, it is a shame that it's not up anymore for others to see and to go over. In this, with me, with the murdering articles, I've read through it word for word. And you know what? You can make your mind up on your own. I'm not here to make your mind up for you or anything like that. I'm not the only one who's been reading the murdering articles. Nathan got his details from there. Okay, I'm from Murphy. I'm not connected. I'm not from Long Island. I live in a small coastal area in a town in England. I don't have anything to benefit from this case. A lot of others do. Okay. So we're going to go through a small bit of another set of murders that happened in Virginia that I don't feel has a connection to Lisk, but it's worth mentioning. Um, okay, I'm going to try and have a look for you now. I picked up a few stories. I'll be honest, the Appalachian Mountains and all that, the forest, I'm fascinated with it. I love everything about it. And I watch a lot about it, you know. So these two young women are a couple. It's not a cold case. It's still an ongoing case. We're still looking for answers for this case. I feel it was part of the Hueremann case, you know. I feel what happened that day is the girls were camping there. He's passed there. He's seen them both together for just two girls, you know, and walked off, you know, waited to the night time and then attacked them. But the thing is, right, if it is human to shoot at them, I don't think this is the one with the shooting actually. No, this is why I'm saying it's human. They were tied up, hog-tied, right? And I'm going to read you a bit of this now. I want to say to Catch Lisk, if you have any problem with me, just don't watch my content. Make your own content. You've got like 800 and odd subscribers there, but you've got no content. So seriously, just leave me be. I'm trying to try my best on my end, right? I've always wanted to do a crime channel. I've always wanted to do an investigation channel, and I really will tell you why. When I was working in an office, I used to look into. This is why I don't have Facebook accounts, internet accounts, stuff like that with people, right? Research online and stuff like that. I'd gather information. Now, I was working for a private solicitor doing that, as well as doing bookkeeping. It was a very demanding job. It was new at the time. The Twitter had just come out. Then there was Facebook, So now I'm doing things like this and I really, really enjoy it. If you don't really support it, leave. Leave. You can unsubscribe anytime. And I have people unsubscribe and subscribe again. If you feel like subscribing back, I welcome you back. I don't have any problems with that. Okay. I do notice this. Okay. I'm not soft. All right. I might make out I am at the beginning, but I'm not, I don't really enjoy reading. So when I'm reading this out, I'm telling you now, right? There's a very good research information I've found, and it seems to me that Rex enjoyed torture, and it has all the trademarks of torture. Okay, I believe one of the girls, which is not to do with this one, but 2 girls got shot at. One of them was walking for 5 miles and she died, and I'm not sure if it's this lady, but we're going to read it out because I haven't read this one, okay? Just having a sip of my coffee. I'm sick of people taking me as some kind of honky on here, The FBI wants renewed national attention for the unsolved deaths of 2 women killed in the Shenandoah National Park near Skyland Lodge in 1996. Family and friends of Julie Williams and Lolly Winans. They try, and also I heard that they tried to make it a hate crime. I don't feel it's a hate crime. Just don't. I mean, it's 2025 now, guys. Are marking a grim anniversary today. It's been 20 years since the women's bodies were found at their campsite along with scenic trail just off Skyland Drive. The women had been bound, their throats slashed. The couple had been hiking in the park since May 19th, but were due to return to summer jobs in Vermont May 28th. The 24-year-old Williams' father reported the women missing on May 31st. Their bodies were discovered the next day. Adam Lee, a special agent in charge of the FBI Richmond Division, says even now he does not consider this a cold case. This is a pending case, and I bristle at the term cold case, he said. We will stop at nothing to find justice in this case, and until we have exhausted every means, we continue to this day to exploit the existing evidence and to try and obtain new evidence. Jane and Lolly are not forgotten in Richmond Division of the FBI, and we are going to aggressively pursue any lead in this case. Julie Williams' father said he pleased to hear the FBI's assessments. We're very happy they do consider it active. That certainly gives us hope, said Williams. The hopes of the victim's family have been dashed more than once as the years have passed. As an apparent break in the case came in April 10, 2002, when U.S. Attorney General John Ashcroft announced a man jailed for an attack on another woman in the park was being charged with capital murder in connection with the deaths. Ashcroft also revealed that because Williams and Wenus were lesbians, the case would be handled as a hate crime. I'm going to also read out a letter of one of the suspects. Oh yeah, there's something interesting this one. Rex Hueremann used burner phones and alias accounts for his illicit activities. During the investigation, authorities discovered multiple burner phones and online accounts linked to Hueremann. 2 phones confiscated at the time of his arrest contained hundreds of contacts with sex workers between 2020 and 2023. So he was still out there doing this. Operating under the alias Andrew Roberts, or simply, I know I didn't finish that interview, but I will today, okay? Operating under the alias Andrew Roberts, or simply Andy, the suspect reached out to sex workers, leaving the trail of digital evidence. One text message included and court document revealed Huereman's attempt to set up a meeting with a sex worker using his burner phones, where he expressed a preference to meet when his wife was not around. Hi, I saw your ad and wanted to see you if we could set something up later, Andy. He texted one woman. They shared numerous text messages in an attempt to schedule the most suitable time of meeting. I'm working all day, she answers. I was free today. Oh gosh, he's saying this. Sorry. I'm working all day. I was free today. My wife is out for the day. Working Monday, the Sun reported. Court documents assert that the timing of all 4 murders coincided with periods when Huereman's wife and children were out of town. His online activities also extended to email accounts with sambagger303 at gmail.com and fork080672 at gmail.com being utilised. He uses names of weapons like hawk as a type of like special axe that and then you got, I don't know what sandbagger is, but hawk is a type of axe. Fork is a hawk, a Thomas Hawk or Tommy Hawk, was alleged to be used for searches involving violent pornography, including disturbing inquiries such as autopsy photos of females, medieval torture of women, how I was raped audio, and stories of rape audio. I'm not going to say R word and all that because I think it trivializes it. Cops trailed Rex Huereman's daughter. New court documents revealed the investigators trailed Huereman's daughter Victoria and utilised a discarded drink to gather information, blah, blah. Nothing of interest there. I just found that interesting. I'll have to come back to you and show you this. Now, there's a murderer called the Colonial Parkway murderer, right? He wrote letters stating that he had nothing to do with the girls being murdered, and he moved back to New Zealand. I am unsure if all these people, it could have been a mix of people. They still haven't found the suspect for this case either. But I want to come back to this another time. Here's a good way of how everything connected with human and his phone and all them type of things, okay? I'll share it with you. Okay. So you see the links that how he used his links, you know, and how he used aliases to connect with his Tinder account. He used Tinder, but I'm not sure what else other accounts he used. He used Google, you know, used Google search, just basic stuff, really. He weren't hiding anything, I don't feel, you know. Just to recap, on the 11th of December 2010, the first 4 human remains were discovered in Ocean Parkway, Gilgo Beach, in Suffolk County, New York. Further searching in immediate areas uncovered 4 bodies designated as gilgo 4. A wide search resulted in 6 more sets of remains being found in nearby countries. The case remained under investigation for years, as police theorized all were work of a single killer. On July 13th of 2023, 13 years after the initial discovery, Rex Hueremann was arrested for suspicion of murders of Bartholomew, etc. In our first installment, we discussed cell phone towers and call details, and where tracks movements of the victims' phones, exonerate a potential suspect, and even place one of the known burner cell phones used by Hueremann to a tower 878 feet from his Midtown Manhattan office. This time we will take a look at the internet browsing artifacts, IP addresses, account data and email addresses, circular records, and even video surveillance have all played a key role in identifying the suspect. Bill recordings for general location. Hueremann owned an architecture company located in Midtown Manhattan. A check of his cell phone records revealed that the architect company was registered subscriber of a cell phone used by Hueremann. His office address in Maxapequa Park was also listed on the account. While the tower location information is no longer available due to data retentions policies, an essential thing to be aware of and consider in all cases of investigation. Also, as Google payments was evidence, the express, to place Tinder accounts and things of that nature. Cellular records, version account activity records revealed that on December 11, 2022, Huereman's cell phone was used to access Springfield Man 9 AOL accounts for over 3 hours. Now, Springfield is a type of gun, it's like a long rifle. I've been looking into these things, I'm not letting anything go unnoticed here. T-Mobile records showed the burner phone B accessed the account several times, including December 8th, 2022, 3 days before Huereman's cell phone don't know. As discussed in part 1, call records for 2 burner phones showed they were used extensively between 2021 and 2023 for prostitution and other sex worker contacts, and they tracked Midtown Manhattan, Massapequa Park, New York area, and had consistent activity on the same towers that serviced Hueремann's residence. There's video surveillance seeing him purchase more burner phone minutes. Hunter as an account as well. I've looked up all these and I haven't got anything. They must have taken them all down. The greatest takeaway from this investigation, this article says, is that data resides in places you may never expect. The approach used in the investigation may result in another cold case being solved. And this is what I'm hoping here. The future crimes are going to be harder and harder to keep concealed. And that's what we need. We need to stop this. The second is that digital data is complicated and difficult to interpret, especially when dealing with internet services providers and business such as Google. Third, a person's digital footprint is enormous and rich with supporting information. Every application, service, and activity leaves a trail of breadcrumbs that can be resembled to show important aspects of the investigation. For this case, it's crucial to consult with an experienced digital forensics expert. Now, I wasn't a forensic analyst. I could have been. I didn't go to school for it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but I did do some. Expert nearly in consisting, and I haven't got tech information. I was just looking at data online, finding information, just general stuff. Expert early and consistently in the investigation, knowing what data may be out there, how to get it, and what it all means will only be possible while the data still exists. Aside from cellular carrier retention policies, the exorable march of time also results in data being rewritten across a wide range of variety of digital sources. Don't miss out in case altering data. Call today. So it must be a service, this place. And I'm finding it very interesting. We might come back to this article another time, another occasion. So thank you for Evidence Solutions Incorporated for your info and for support in this case. Now, I'm going to move on to more now. I just want to see if I left the messages, the writings up. See, I'm going to go over this case again. It's very detailed and very, very insightful. They've got a lot of data, a lot of information about. And in 1996, there was no cell phones, honey. So it's really difficult in this case. But we will talk more about the possibility of connections, other things. It just seems to me this may have been more of a Hueremann case. This may not have been. This may have been the colonial murderer. Okay. Such a beautiful forest. So don't let things like this put you off. Take a firearm, guys. Beautiful. It's my idea of heaven, that, you know, being in the wilderness, walking in the woods with your girlfriend, having a nice time, having picnics. You know, it's just so lovely. There was an attack in Canada as well. A lot of detail in this article that I want to go back on. So I definitely want to keep for me file. But I want to read the letter out of I mean, they had nobody who disliked them, so why would anyone hate them? Just sounds weird to me. Because they're lesbians, it's just, I don't know. Just seems a bit far-fetched. Refresh. Okay. I don't know what this article. Okay. It's kind of annoying. I want to find the letters, but I don't think this article is going to show it. You know. Hang on. I mean, the dog was left untouched as well, which is really spooky, you know. I read this and it was really insightful. And please bear with me and let me read it. And I have a feeling this guy's probably right. On May 19th, 1996, two young women entered Shenandoah National Park to spend their vacation in the scenic, historic forest in Western Virginia. Lolly Winnes was 26, exuberant, energetic, quite a thrill to be around. Her friend, Julie Williams, 24, was a long-time outdoors woman. Together, both had passions for hiking and enjoying the wilderness. I loved that sort of stuff. I've never met someone who really is into it, though. Together, both had a passion for hiking and enjoying the wilderness. Lolly brought with them their pooch, Taj, a golden retriever, and gazed over the breathtaking outlooks of the mountains along the range. They renewed their camping permit. Oh, so you have to have a camping permit? Oh, all right. And decided to stay longer. Camp Ranger dropped them off at Stony Man parking lot. All right, okay. So the ranger helped they on Stony Man parking lot at 5 p.m. 30 p.m. on May 21st, 24th. They trundled off to their new campsite down Bridle Trail. This was the last time they were seen alive. Their new campsite was about 400 yards along the trail of the Skyline Drive. It was off to the left, a small clearing at the end of a short game trail. So people hunt game there, you know. Excuse me for a minute. Just heat my coffee up. See, I'm looking into the case that these two girls were possibly separate from the other couple cases. And I'm going to say why. Because there's no element of a shotgun here. I think Hueremann uses the gun to coerce the victims to do whatever he wants. And it's not like I'm friends with Hueremann. I have no idea why or his motives or his reasons, but I'm gonna say on an off chance if someone's pointing a gun in your face, you're likely to just kneel and do whatever, aren't you? Right? So that's what I feel in this case has happened, you know. It's very, very frightening to be in the dark. Someone force you to get out your tent, hating you, someone you love, and not have them be brought to justice. This man's been out for 30 years doing this. You know? Oh, don't want to be like assuming, well, maybe test the DNA and we'll all know it's not him then. But this is the thing, isn't it? While we've got his DNA on file, a lot of other cases will come to light now. You know, because he left his DNA everywhere. It's like his wife. His wife's on free of all the victims. Sorry, all. So, you know, you can't rule out hearing that. Of course she knew. Why do you think she left the house? He was going to do it without her consent, and that's that. The woman was absolutely stupid. I mean, have you watched the Peacock documentary, guys? See? I told you she knew. The smirk on her face says it all. She's always smirking. Always smirks. And her daughter is like, she just looks totally off it to me. She just does seem very odd, right? And the way she dresses and all that, it's not giving me any reassurance. Okay. Their new campsite was 400 yards from the trail. I'm going to just go back on what I said. It is off the trail onto the left, a small clearing at the end of a short game trail. Off on an embankment, on its left, there is a trickling creek, idyllic location actually, in late May. With the green umbrella of the trees overhead, it gave off rustic, sleepy aura. Beautiful. Yet the bridle trail in sight, the girls could hear the horsemen trotting along. It was for this reason that the trail was nicknamed the Bridle Trail. And of course, from the trail, someone could see their campsite. Okay. Someone visited their camp how many times? This is what he's asking. We don't know. It is a subject to interpretation based on two major theories. We will have to explore them both. Some sequence can be put back together here because a suspect was later tried and charged dropped, so that details came out in court publicly accessible to everyone. Okay, the DNA gave it away that he wasn't a killer, so he got off. Lolly had promised to be back to a friend's wedding in June 1st. Julie had to be back a couple of days sooner. When she didn't arrive, her father initiated a search on May 31st, the next day. Saturday in the evening, rangers found the encampment down Bridle Trail. It was silent. The tent was pitched. No one about. Lolly's golden retriever did not lope out at them nor dart through the woods. Each lope marked by that distinctive sound on the crunchy carpet of twigs and dried remnants of the last autumn. Approaching the tents brought into vision the embankment of the giggling brook. There was one of the girls in the sleeping bag down the embankment. I don't know what an embankment means. Does that mean by the water? Close to the creek's edge. Okay, yeah. About 30 to 40 feet from the tent. This didn't look good. Peeking inside the tent revealed another girl. It was a vivacious Lolly. She was in her night clothes. Her mouth was gagged and her wrists were bound with duct tape. Her ankles were also bound. She was quite dead. Her throat was slashed. Not surprisingly, Julie Williams did not answer. Approaching her down the embankment, it was evident that her mouth was covered in the duct tape. Examining her closer revealed her wrists were bound with cloth, but her ankles were not bound. Her throat, too, had been slit. I want to say about Hueremann with the gilgo 4 that they were actually wrapped in the burlap, like mummy fat, like you put round a mummy, like that. So it was like scary to find that. Must be an absolute monster, can only do that. The dog was missing. Sometime later, Shara was found wandering around White Oak Canyon, apparently unharmed. Well, you couldn't see if he was harmed or not. Probably got kicked or something, or smacked, or there's no evidence on an animal of that, really. So there you go. It was double murder in perplexing circumstances. The girls had been dead for at least a couple of days, the coroner ruled. May 28th give or take 30 hours. The coroner also determined that neither girl had been sexually molested, so they hadn't been touched either. Basically, they had been murdered, that's it. No robbery, no motive, other than a sicko was on the loose. I don't know if Hueremann is capable of having intimacy, if you understand me. I think his kicks and giggles is this. He gets his climax off it. Yeah. I don't think he gets sexually raping these women, or he's capable of it. I don't think so. I don't know. I can't speak for his equipment. Unfortunately, the sad media frenzy, irresponsible and frivolous, ensued, in which it promised the two girls as being lesbian lovers, and therewith that this was a hate crime. They became martyrs to some gay communities, and the killer was promoted as Simon Pure, motivated by gay hatred. The Earth's article is not a journalistic attempt to record the times or seasons of the crime, but rather is an exploration of the crime scene in an attempt to shed light on the perpetrator. For such a motive as gay hatred to be relevant, it must be established that the killer knew they were lesbians. If so be they were. The facts that greeted the Rangers, at least those have become public, do not reveal a state of mind on the part of the perpetrator other than he was careful and quiet, like he'd done it before, obviously, like a human. I'll read more in a minute. Just give me a minute. I hope everyone's well and had a good bonfire night. Yay! Nobody watching. Yay! It's absolutely scandalous that I have no viewers. And I tell you what, the conspiracy theory channels get all the views. It's like, wow, you are complaining and not wanting to know information about the case, but then you're not following me. So it's just so one of those things. I have no idea why this is happening. I just think there's an agenda out there that people want to control. Okay. It's funny how some of these victims will find neither Hunton Lodge. That's what I'm just saying. I'm only saying that. I just think you've got to open your mind a bit. A lot of people watch my information but don't give any comments. I don't know. I just don't know. I think there's just a bunch of haters watching me now. But I do see you there, and thank you for your support. Actually, I'm going to put you up and say hello. And shout you out. Show you on my wall. Why not? Because you know what? I've got that other interview to do, and I didn't play it all, and I'm very sorry for that, guys. Very sorry. Hang on, guys. It's not showing me subscribers again. See, I can only see my subscribers on my phone. It's pretty dumb. See, I can't go to it. Sorry. To be honest, I'd love to shout you all out who've been watching me for so long. I really respect that you've came here and you've listened to me and been so patient with me. I really value that, because this is a very complex matter, a very complex case. And I've not got all the answers either, honeys. I just here reading articles, finding facts, finding connections. That's all, you know. People had to go at me over Hueremann channel, Victoria Hueremann, and ever since then, I've had no views, right? At the end of the day, it's not my fault what you put up on a wall, is it? You know, at the end of the day, it's her stuff. It's not my stuff. Yeah, we went through friggin' hell trying to do all this, I remember now. Mm, I want to see all the videos. We're not allowing it. I also want to shout out my Twitter at the minute. Go if you're on X, is it? Um, Stop sharing. Uh, ah, okay. Um, wait. I'm big Justin fan, by the way. I just this is me. Hi. Come and follow me. Come and have a chat with me. I am very vocal. I'm vocal on the Reddit as well. I'm on Reddit. I won't bring it up because I don't know how to, but yeah, I'm on Reddit. Yeah, I'd love to speak to you. I put everything out. I'm always chatting away, having conversations, having discourse about matters that are important to me over other cases too, you know. Let's get back to this. Mm, yeah, because I didn't complete the whole interview, but it's on my playlist. Go and get there. I don't take credit for stuff. A lot of people will misguide you and try and not put other information up, but then why are you doing that? Give people links to it for God's sake, because I'm telling you now, there's a lot out there. It annoys me. This. You can, but I just assume that everyone's got it and saying, oh, you know what, you're not going to the right area, or I know where my bloody playlist is. Uh, I got Britney Spears Womanizer in my brain. I heard it on the radio this morning in my brain now. I can't stand that song. Love Britney. I want to get that interview with that lady. Because not many, I didn't know. I didn't know he went on these so many bloody dates. And this girl, I think I've seen her in a couple of things. An actress, some kind. That's what she calls it. I'm so bloody judgmental. I'm not really. Here we go. I'm sorry, my tooth broke at the same time when it was on, and I was like, ah! and my dancers has just dumped me. Sorry. This is a very good article, very good podcaster, William Ramsey. Go and have a look. They're very easy to listen to at night. You know, when you're just trying to go to sleep or something, it's really handy. You know. So where am I now? Mhm. Okay, I no idea. Here we are. And she's similar to every one of those young girls. She makes mistakes. She's gullible. She wants the best in life. Everyone does, you know. And the thing is, he plays on the manipulation. And this date is something else. I can't believe she went on the second one. Um, wow. Yeah. I don't think I don't think this lady realised how close she could have been to ending up in Gilgo Beach, because if you work out 18 years ago, would have been 2008, 2007, 2005. Um, he was at his busiest then, you know.
hard, less sinister ways slightly. It's just, you know, like what are you after? Like were you after some like admiration?
Him then was he was a horny dude. And then like just to be blunt.
pause. I don't know how.